Hello, Marvina.
Hello, Renee. How are you doing?
I am fine. How about you?
I'm doing well. I am doing well. Can't complain.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
You see why you always smile when I say that? Because you know I want to complain, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah. It's like, Lord, just give me the right face.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. But everything is good. I honestly I can't complain. Very thankful. So
Good. Well, I know you have a good reason to be thankful here. Just promoted to a management position.
yes, well, thank
And
you. Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank
And
you. I
And we
appreciate
we
that.
have worked together for so many years, and I've seen you in the different capacity. You worked for my brother-in-law for a while, and I've seen you in different capacities and how well you work with people and how you
Oh,
just
thank
really
you.
get the work done. And so deserved, well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Renee. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um, some days I'm not sure if I was ready, but we're gonna work it out. I'm very thankful. So
Yeah.
yes, God has really just been moving in my life. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And just remember what we've always said, Jesus, take the wheel. So when you
Jesus, take the
you're
wheel.
gonna need that. You're gonna need that more and more probably.
Yes,
Oh
Lord.
gosh.
And most of it is Jesus, take my wheel.
Yeah. Well,
Ah,
congratulations. So,
thank you, Renee.
yeah. So, here we are at episode 76.
Wow.
And yeah, just appreciate all the viewers and listeners who've continued to support us in this. And so, we'll
Yes.
hope that they continue.
Yes.
And yeah, as we venture further into this. So, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, I met one of our listeners, someone that knew you, and we were out actually at a mutual friend service. We didn't know it was mutual friend at the time. And she came up to me after the service and she's like, I know you. And I'm like, okay. But it was a great exchange and it was great meeting. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
Judy.
Judy. Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
it was great. It was great meeting her. I loved her spirit. So, Judy, if you're listening to us, it was great meeting you, and I loved your spirit.
Yeah, she's one of my favorites. She's my cousin. She's one of my
Yeah, okay,
favorites.
that's what she said.
Yeah. And so yes, you two took a picture together
We
and she
did.
sent it to me. Um, and you were both sticking your tongue out at me, I think.
Yeah.
But it was funny because as she's telling the story, she says, I was sitting behind this lady
Uh-huh.
and she goes, and I noticed your earrings. And she says, you laughed at one point. And she goes,
Uh-huh.
I know that laugh. And then she goes, that curly. I mean, she was describing you to a T. And then when you kind of turned, she saw your big glasses and she goes, I know this lady. I know this lady.
And that is exactly how she was
Yeah.
when we met. She was like, I know you, like, I know your voice. Like, it is something so familiar. And I'm like, well, did you go to Kennedy? Because that's the high school I went to
Yeah.
many, many, many years ago.
Yeah.
But but it was just like, no, I know you, like, I know you intimately is you
Yeah.
was what I was getting in. I said, did you go to Kennedy? She was like, no, I went to Burbank. And so growing up, Burbank and Kennedy were kind of rivalry schools, but at the same time, we were very close schools too. It was
Okay.
like a love-hate because
Yeah.
the neighborhood was kind of divided. We were in one neighborhood, but kind of divided. And so
Yeah.
I'm like, so the only thing I could think of is, well, we're both here at this service. So clearly we both know this person. So maybe it was through school or something. And then when she said Burbank, I was like, no. And I never like went and hung out at Burbank or anything.
Yeah.
And then she goes, well, where do you work? And then I was like, hmm? so, I said, well, I work for the state of California. And then I told her where I work. And then she was like, oh my gosh, do you know Renee and Glinda? And then we both said it at the same time. maybe the podcast. And then she was like, yes, Marvina, duh. It was just a whole thing. It was a whole thing. And then she did ask to take a picture so she could send it
Yeah.
to you. I was like, oh yeah, I cannot wait until she gets this picture because she's gonna be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And so in my anxiousness, I hadn't heard from you, and I'm like, hey, did anybody send you a message? I think I tried to let the
Yeah.
day go by,
Yeah.
and you're like,
About the
about the
podcast?
podcast. I was like, yeah, sure. And then you're like, oh no, I'm like, oh, okay. I was just wondering, whatever. And then the next day when you came by to see me, and then I had already made up in my mind, um, Judy, if you hadn't sent her the picture, I was gonna rat you out because I couldn't keep it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had received it. So it was just so it was so nice,
Yeah.
and it was really nice one to for her to recognize me and to come up to me and speak to me.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's just, you just never know. It's a small world, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We're all so interconnected. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I've been working with Glenda and Renee for years. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
she was like, yeah. Now she did say,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
she
Hmm.
did say that you might have a little bit of a crush on her husband. And I said, I could see that with Renee.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my secret boyfriend. He's such a sweetheart. I love that guy.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
So,
it was really nice. So
yeah.
so thank you, Judy.
Yes, she said you looked very suspicious. Like what are you trying? I thought you a little white girl trying to get into the reception. I know what she's trying to do. But yeah, that was just a fun. When she sent
It
me the
was.
picture, there was nothing with it. She just sent me the picture. I went,
Got it.
I thought, what's she
Yeah.
doing with
Yeah, and then she goes, she said, I'm gonna stick my tongue out. I said, me too. But
Marvina?
I loved her spirit. I
Yeah.
think we would be awesome friends. I just want you to know
Oh
because
yeah.
the facial expressions, all of it, I could totally see a little bit of me in her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
get really excited sometimes, like right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
We'll have to do lunch sometime. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That'll be
Okay.
nice.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that was just a fun thing. And like you say, it shows that people are listening, or
Yeah.
at least one people. No, we appreciate all of our listeners.
We
So
do. We
yeah,
do.
yeah. So yeah. So today's episode 76, and I titled it "Pearls in a Thrift Store."
Okay.
And I was thinking, I do a lot of my thinking when I'm like at the gym or something or walking, and things will come to me.
Uh-huh.
And I had just seen something on somebody who did what they call thrifting.
Hmm.
And they go into the thrift stores and they find things that people have just kind of gone, that was mom's. What do we need it for? Or that was
Hmm.
dad's, belt buckle, and we don't need it. And these thrifters will go and they say sometimes they find like solid gold or solid silver, like belt buckles
Yeah.
or little knickknacks that are worth lots of money.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking about that, and then I listened to a program where this kid was saying, talking about advice, pearls of wisdom that they've gotten from their grandmas or their great grandmas over the years. And this kid said his grandpa used to tell him, with gratitude, what we have will always be enough.
Okay.
And I thought that was really a neat thing. And
Yeah.
so I started to think about, yeah, there are all these pearls of wisdom that especially I think the older generations have given us, even through history. Ben Franklin was a big one to give lots of little pearls of wisdom, just little
Okay.
sayings, right?
Okay.
And so I thought, here we've had these over the years, but as times have changed and we've relied more on social media and we have all these activities we're running here and there, some of those things don't apply anymore in our minds.
Mm-hmm.
And so we set them aside or we give them away or we just say, that's not useful to me.
Right.
when some of these pearls of wisdom, you think about when they were born,
Hmm.
when your grandmother, great grandmother, times were simpler.
Hmm.
You had to use common sense. You had to use
Hmm.
wisdom. You
Yeah.
couldn't rely on podcasts. Not ours, in fact. Not ours is okay. But you couldn't rely on podcasts and social media to make your decisions for you as far as what is
Yeah.
beneficial in life, right? So we think these pearls of wisdom, they no longer fit our reality.
Hmm.
And so we look at the elders of yesteryear and we just think, well, they're out of touch. Their wisdom is out of touch. Not understanding that the basic principles of life never change or lose their importance,
Hmm.
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So so did your grandma or mom or great grandma have special things they would say to you?
They did. One of
Yeah.
the things my grandmother used to say, my grandmother's from the South. She was from Louisiana. And I remember as kids, we'd be doing things that we weren't supposed to do, whatever.
Not you.
And there was something she would always say, and it was, oh, you don't believe fat meat is greasy, is what she used to always
Oh,
say,
that's interesting.
right?
Yeah.
And what it meant is, oh, you think you could do whatever you want to do, or you don't think there's going to be a consequence to that. You don't think it's difficult. You know, you
Yeah.
you just not listening. You just gonna do you. Oh, you don't believe fat meat is greasy, right? And when you think about it, fat meat is grease, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I like it.
but it goes back to, like you're saying, the times that they grew up in. My grandmother was born in 1916.
Hmm.
And they raised their own, work their own land, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a lot of those sayings come from actual life, right?
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
things that they actually did. And it's funny that we they were pieces of wisdom, pearls, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as I didn't get it then. You know what I'm saying? Now that life has lifed,
Yeah.
I've gotten a little bit older. You understand now. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, you don't believe fat meat is greasy means a whole lot. It hits a whole lot different at 58
Yeah.
than it did at 8.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
my
Exactly.
grandma always, what is she talking about?
Grandma crazy.
But just imagine how those things stick with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
then it ends up becoming a pearl of wisdom. And you're like, oh, I get it. And it
Yeah.
kind of goes back to like planting seeds, right?
Hmm.
You know how the Bible talks about sometimes it's just about planting seeds
Hmm.
because they come back,
Yeah.
right? They
Yeah.
grow, you're like, I get it now,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, some other ones were, and I think this one is common, like look before you leap. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Again, at 8 years old, 8 years old, that didn't mean anything to me. But
Yeah.
now at 50, it means something totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look before you leap. I think that was saying. I think
Yeah.
we've all heard that's something that maybe a lot of us have heard, right? Look
Yeah.
before you leap. What does that mean at 8? I'm just doing what I do.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, since life has life at 58, you have more life experiences. So you
Right.
understand them, and they really are pearls of wisdom.
Right.
And it's a lot of information, just really
Condensed into,
condensed
yeah. Yeah.
exactly so that we can understand it. And I think that in this day and age, you have mentioned like it opening, with social media, all of that. Sometimes we're in an age of everything is instant. Everything is um because we are in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the age of information,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Like you said, now you could anything you want to know, you could look up. There's a podcast on it.
Right.
There's a YouTube video on it. You can go to AI, ask the question, get it instantly, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot where I was going with that. Back for 1 minute. Um, But but now those things are so important because I think a lot of times, I know it's gonna come back.
There you
A
go.
lot of times we dismiss what older people say or people who have more life experience.
Hmm. Hmm.
Sometimes we just discard or dismiss what they're saying.
Right, right.
And I think more than ever is now is a time more than ever where those things really mean a lot and there's a lot of life lessons in them.
Hmm.
You know, when they were saying, when they were giving us those sayings or, just saying them in passing, that was based on living a full life of experiences,
Hmm. Hmm.
learning how to balance work, family, just all the things.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they really are they really are pearls. And when you look at it as thrifting in a thrift store, I, as you were mentioning that, I had we've always done thrifting.
Okay.
It used to get on our nerves. I appreciate it now. But
Yeah.
as a kid, oh my gosh, we're like, seriously,
Yeah.
do we have to go to another secondhand store? That's what we called them then, right?
Yeah.
And my mom could just be in there all day. And because my mom she likes the hunt.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
want to go home and play. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hot. I'm hungry, we're
Yeah.
tired. But growing up, that was a big part of our life.
Hmm.
And so just here recently, I went to Arlesia and I went to a thrift store, and I was walking out of the store and this box caught my eye. And my husband has a bar, and I'm trying to help him elevate it a little bit. And so as I'm going out the store, is again, this box just caught my eye, and there was already a gentleman at the counter, and the box was behind the counter in the display case. And so I'm waiting, and the gentleman ahead of me, I think he was looking at a clock or something, and he was taking a very long time. And I'm like, I know he sees me standing here, but he has the right to take the time to look at his clock. I wanted to get to the box. Long story short, it ended up being, it was a I'm really into, I like crystal and um I like shiny stuff, I guess.
That doesn't
Glass.
surprise me. Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
But I
Same.
have like a lot of crystal and for entertaining and things like that, right? So this particular box, so I got the box and I opened it. Long story short, it's a decanter. It was a lead crystal decanter, like a Ralph Lauren or something.
Mm.
And so I looked it up, and I got it for like close to $50, but the retail on it is like 450 or something like
Wow.
that.
Wow. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and you could tell it was probably one of those things where the kids came in, cleared out the parents' home
Yeah.
or the grandparents' home, because the box looked antiqued, but you could tell like it, I don't even think it was ever used.
Oh, wow.
Just
Wow.
one of those things where they're like, we don't, and it's the heavy lead crystal. And
Yeah.
so when you do find the gratification that you get, when you do find
Right.
those pearls, and it's the same thing, I think with you now, I'm having that same excitement
Yeah.
um when I think about those old sayings, and I'm at the age now where I'm using them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
seems like I'm very wise. I'm just recycling what was already
Yeah.
given to me.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, and
Oh,
the thing is, and I'll let you get to some more, but the thing
uh,
is, like the look before you leap, I notice my colors keep going. When it goes real
yeah.
bright white, I think that's because the Lord's anointing me in that moment. So pay attention, folks. Uh, no, even that saying, "Look before you leap,"
Uh-huh.
was a gem of wisdom in 1826 as
Mhm.
much as it is in 1926,
Right.
as much as it 2026. It
Right.
stands the test of time, right? And
Yes.
I was thinking as you were saying that, look before you leap. What is our motto now in 2026? Just do
Right.
it.
Just
Do
do
it,
it.
right?
Yep.
So you
Just
can
do it.
you can see how those pearls of wisdom
Yep.
have probably been, they're all strung
Yeah.
and they've been sent to the
Yeah.
thrift shop. So
Right.
that's just a
You
thought I
know,
had.
but the beautiful thing about that too is I think that's the beautiful thing about because even just do it is a piece of wisdom too, right?
Mm,
But you have to know when,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because there's some times when we've had to push through just looking at talking about like our work our history with each other and working
Mhm.
together all these years. And you can remember there were times where you just had to do it, right? You
Right.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Now, in today's world, sometimes things need to be explained to the point of, look, I don't got time to explain it to you now. We gotta just do it, then we're gonna have to circle back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's still wisdom in that, but you have to know where to place the pearl,
Right. Right.
right? And so, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That there was some others I had like don't put all your eggs in one basket. I
Yeah.
know we've heard that,
Yes.
right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm like, why would I put eggs in a basket anyway? Right? If I didn't grow up, that's like, again, I don't go collect eggs from chicks or
Yeah.
chicks, chickens, whichever. Like,
Yeah.
why would I put eggs in a basket? I mean, I guess it could be a shopping basket. But again, at 8, that meant nothing.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
58, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh.
What about you? Are there any others that you
Well, I wrote some down. My grandparents must have not we weren't real bright kids, and so we weren't going to get it anyway.
okay.
So they didn't share a whole lot of that, but I wrote some down like fools rush in where angels fear to tread, which
Okay.
again addresses don't be stupid. Don't just
Right.
don't just leap before you look, right? Um,
Now that we're talking about it, they just had a very colorful way of telling us, don't be stupid. Really? That's
yeah.
what you're doing?
Yeah, they could just look at us and go, this one's gonna need some help.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. There was another one. Yeah, of course, it's better to give than to receive. That was
Uh-huh.
one. Lost time is never found again,
Okay.
which talks
Yeah.
about procrastination.
Yeah.
I
But
can't look
that's
you in the
true.
eye when I say that.
So what you're trying to say, Renee?
I know we've talked about that. That's been an issue. Uh,
I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
you are, you are. Ah, gosh. Yeah, and then I also had a small leak will sink a great ship. I
Yeah.
thought that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
And then, of course, my grandparents would always, or my grandmother would always say, to have friends, you must show yourself friendly.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
heard that. Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah. I was very
So
shy,
true.
so I think she was trying to go, come on, kid,
Got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
get the idea here. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, as you were talking, there's another one my grandmother used to say all the time. A hard head makes a soft behind. She probably used another word, but yes.
I love it.
So I'm kind of feeling like I don't know if we were really mischievous kids, and so most of us
Yeah.
say like, "Oh, y'all just don't listen, right?"
Yeah.
You know, that's what But yeah, she used to say that all the time.
Oh,
Um,
man.
and I even find myself, picking up other sayings. One of my favorite, I say it all the time. Not my monkeys, not my circus. I ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But those again, it's just a concise way of putting wisdom because it's true. Like, what does that have to do with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes we need to be involved, but sometimes we don't. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with us. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We can't change it. We can't, there's nothing we can do about it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so, so I have a few sayings that I usually say. One of my favorites, it's really not, it's from a song.
Yeah.
And I think I had mentioned that before I took something from a song, but stick to the rivers and lakes that I'm used to. Yeah,
Yeah.
again, that
Yeah.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, there are so many pearls um, that our grandparents
Yeah.
and our those that have gone before us have left with us, and those things they help us to navigate through life now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I really like I really like the comparison to the thrift the
Hmm.
pearls in a thrift store. I
Yeah.
have found some very nice jewelry in thrift store,
Ah, okay.
as
Okay.
a matter of fact. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So, we
Yeah.
just have to, I think those pearls of wisdom, again, were developed or were at a simpler time
Yeah.
and a simpler way of life and a common sense and a wisdom, right? That
Yes. Because
that
that's
we
what it came from. Yeah.
yeah, that we kind of there I go again.
Yep.
Um
Oh, he's annoying you all over the place, huh, Renee?
listen, listen, folks. Um yeah, so those pearls were meant to guide us, to prepare us, to warn us, to encourage us,
Yeah.
and we can't afford, even though they seem like silly little things like
Yeah.
don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's
Yeah.
telling us don't depend on any one thing,
That's right.
right? Right? You
That's,
could
that's
you could
exactly
lose
right.
everything if you depend on one thing.
Right.
And I was looking at Jeremiah 6:16 kind of came to my attention, and it says, "This is what the Lord says: Stop at the crossroads and look around. Ask for the old godly way and walk in it.
Mm,
Travel its path, and you will find rest for your souls. But
mm,
you said, no, that's not the road we want." And so I thought, just it's just so important for us to really hold on to the wisdom,
right.
from relatives, friends past, and realize that it is applicable today.
It is applicable
It
today.
is applicable today. Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that we are dealing with and we've gone through, someone has gone,
Yep.
people have gone through that before us. It is not new, right? We hear that, the Bible tells us that, and we hear it all the time. It really isn't as new as it feels. And I think, again, in this day and time when things feel so uncertain, and for a lot of younger people, this is the first time in life that they're experiencing a lot of the worldly unrest, just all the things that are going on. But there are people that God has put before you
Hmm.
that have left pearls of wisdom. Some people are still here, still giving you pearls of wisdom, but we can't think that we know it all. Catch the pearls as they're coming,
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
and because they're applicable. And it's funny because I remember being in my 20s and, like that's just some old people stuff. And now I'm there,
Yeah.
and it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I wish, and hear this all the time, hindsight is always 2020,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I would have known how to apply that wisdom then. I'd be, you think I'm lying now. But it's just but it's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is true. And there was so much wisdom shared. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I was able to spend time with my grandparents and get
Hmm.
that,
Hmm.
get that. And, again, it's not a perfect world. We're not perfect. Parents weren't perfect. Grandparents weren't perfect, but there was a lot that they knew that we can pick up and apply.
Yep. Yep. And wouldn't your grandmother be amazed to know that 50 years later,
Yep, I can still remember fat meat ain't greasy.
I love it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, Renee.
I know, I love it. I love it. Oh gosh. Yeah, so just that was what I was thinking. Just,
Yeah, I
pearls
love
of
it.
wisdom. Don't get rid of stuff because you think it's not useful or wisdom that you think it's not useful. Just make sure you hold on to it
Yeah.
and
And
value it.
share it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
share
use
it.
it, share
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, you have anything else?
Nothing else. I think I've done more than enough talking.
Oh gosh. Well,
Oh.
yes.
Until next time,
Until next time, you take care.
you take care, Renee.
All right. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.